Before we begin the video, if you haven't yet, come on down and join my Discord server. Link is down in the description. What makes Ninjago stand out to me is that this is a mature show and it connects to the audience. Today we're going to take a look at the top 5 lessons or messages that Ninjago has taught us. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel for another top 5 video. As I said, today we're examining the top 5 lessons, messages, or themes that Ninjago has shown us. Keep in mind, as with any top 5, this video is entirely subjective, and my opinion likely won't match yours. But having explained all that, let's begin. Coming in 5th place, the idea that power can be many different things, not just necessarily an element. This is a theme we saw explored a lot in Hunted, and also during other various powerless arcs. And I think this is a very interesting message. Just because you're weak in one area doesn't mean you can't be strong in another. Throughout Hunted, we see Lloyd without any physical powers, but he learns that he has the ability to lead. And he finds power in his own voice as he inspires many to join the resistance. Despite not having elemental powers, Lloyd is able to come through and succeed in this season. As much as Ninjago focuses on fighting and powers, I like this lesson because it's different. It shows us that elemental powers don't really matter, it's the inner qualities that Lloyd has. And it's emphasized several times throughout the series that Lloyd is the Green Ninja because of who he is, not what powers he has. In Hunted, I also like the contrast to Garmadon, who considers control and physical strength as power. Overall, just a very well done arc, and I think the message behind it is really good. You know what they say, go with the flow. This is taken quite literally in Season 5 when Nya becomes the Water Ninja. At the start of the season, we see Nya denying she's the Water Ninja and trying to remain as Samurai X. But as time goes by, she realizes she was wrong and she goes with the flow. The lesson here is to accept change instead of fighting it, and it is especially relevant for the Ninjago community. Ninjago's been through some changes, most notably Season 8 and Season 11, and both times there was a lot of fan controversy. If we had just listened to the same show, there would have been way less outrage. In most cases, fighting change is pointless, and good luck trying to reverse it. It's way better to adapt and make the most of it rather than trying to live in the past. Change is often seen as a bad or negative thing, and I am totally with you on that, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. This is a theme we've seen a lot in Ninjago. Together we rise, divided we fall. And it's true, it's better to work together rather than trying to go in alone. I think this idea is best carried out in Season 4 with the idea of the Elemental Masters. At first, it's every man for himself, but then they realize the true enemy is not each other, but Chen. This idea is also present in Season 5. Moro says that he relies on no one, while the ninja finds strength by being a team. And it's also brought up in the Skybound finale and a lot of Season 10 as well. It's a simple lesson, and it's definitely not unique to Ninjago, but I think it's still a really good one. I like that Ninjago continues to reiterate this theme, and yeah, it may be a bit repetitive, but I don't really mind because it's explored very well. Obviously, the world isn't a perfect place, and not every Ninjago lesson should be positive. And that's why I really like the idea developed in Season 9 that lies are very powerful. This idea is represented by Iron Baron, and he may not be the best villain, but I really like how dark of a character he is. His power over the Dragon Hunters is based only on words. And I like the contrast to Emperor Garmadon, who rules because of his physical strength, whereas Iron Baron rules because of his lies. They may be two different abilities, but the season shows that both are equally effective. Iron Baron tells the Dragon Hunters what they want to hear, not what's true. And I think the real world connection here is politicians. Democrat or Republican, left or right, all politicians lie, and that is simply undeniable. Iron Baron is definitely a more extreme representation of that, but the same ideas apply. He built his base by telling his followers exactly what they wanted to hear, that he would guard them from the Oni. And this theme is emphasized in the story's climax when Wu uses Iron Baron's greatest skill against him in episode 93. One of the reasons I love Hunted is thematically it's phenomenal and explores some really deeper messages. And at number 1, the best way to defeat an enemy is to make them your friend. This is a message we've seen over and over and over again in Ninjago, and it never really gets stale. After all, what is the point and what is the purpose of conflict? The answer is that there really never is any. We first see this message in Season 1 when Lloyd turns good, and then we see it again in Season 2 but with Garmadon, and then with the Elemental Masters, Moro, the Dragon Hunters, and even Unagami. This lesson may not be as realistic or plausible, but I think the way it's executed in the show is definitely the best. What I like about this message is it's definitely more mature than just saying friendship is great. Other kids shows would be like friendship good, evil bad, and leave it at that. But Ninjago's is deeper, meaningful, and complex. Overall, this theme is a very interesting take on an otherwise cliche message. But that's about all. Ninjago's writing is really good, and I honestly could have made this a top 10. Unfortunately, themes about failure and positive thinking couldn't make it to the list. I'm also anticipating replies about Wu's iconic "never put off until tomorrow" quote, and I didn't include that because that basically boils down to don't procrastinate. I don't really consider it a unique or special lesson the way the others are. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone and everyone you know, leave a comment explaining your top 5 or top 10 lessons, and I'll see you next time.